Hello, and welcome everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where you're tuning in from. I'm from Australia, so it's this evening for me to the official game night number 2 of the Alice birthday airdrop. Hope you guys can all hear me all right. I do encourage you to leave comments and make sure. Yeah, I'm real excited for this one. This is going to be a really fun stream. I am Tassel, the community lead here at My Neighbor Alice, and I have 3 incredible guests on today that I'm super excited about. We have Henrik, the director of the Alice Foundation. Thanks so much for joining me. It's an honor.
Hi,
Um,
thank you.
of course. We have a returning co-host, George from TGV. Always a pleasure. Thank you.
Hey guys, how y'all doing?
And then we have Sergey from Zoob. Thanks so much. I'm real excited to talk about for you to talk about your project and just how you fit into the M&A universe. So thanks for joining us.
Hello, everyone.
All right. Well, we have a lot to cover tonight. It's going to be a really fun stream. We are doing another game night where we are having another maze-style event and giving away another 2,500 Alice to the top 50 on the leaderboard. But before I get ahead of myself, we should probably. We also are going to cover just some general topic, some stuff like we have the Alice birthday airdrop right now, where we're giving away 100,000 Alice. It's super excited. We're in the last week of that. I do encourage everyone to join in. There's still plenty of time to get a piece of that pie, and it's a lot of fun. So I highly encourage you guys join in. We have the land sale. I want to talk about why that's huge and some of the benefits for the land. We have the Alice Golden Pass and some other stuff. But before that, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about connecting to some of the logistic stuff, connecting to the leaderboard. I'm just going to keep this one brief this time because I do talk about this pretty much every time, but I do want to make sure that you can connect, because if you can't connect to the leaderboard, you can't participate in tonight's game night. So I'll go ahead and share my screen. Let's see how this works on with so many people on here. Just one moment here. Excuse 1 second here. Almost got it. All right. Okay, so if you go to, and I do encourage you guys to follow along with us. So if you go to myneighboralice.com/rewards, this will take you to where you can connect to our website to the leaderboard. You want to scroll down and click on sign in. Go ahead and sign in through whatever your preferred method, whether that is your email, a social, your preferred crypto wallet, any of these will work. And once you actually sign in, you'll notice that in the bottom right-hand corner here that you'll have your account attached to it. If this is not your first time, it'll actually have your avatar name. And then what you want to do is just go ahead and click on play, and then click on play again. If you are connecting through WebGPU, please make sure that you let it go all the way through the loading process. If you click off of it before it completely loads, you'll have to go through the whole process again, and it's a bit of a pain in the neck. Also, though, if for some reason you have a hard time connecting through the web GPU that we do offer, if you notice at the bottom corner here that there's these 3 little dots, you click on that, you can also download the actual client if you're using Windows, and that's just another way that we offer connection to My Neighbor Alice. So that's pretty much all there is to it, guys. If you're able to connect to the leaderboard there, you can participate. While I got you here, though, I also want to talk a little bit, since we do have a land sale going on right now. If you buy land on the primary market, you can earn additional airdrop points toward the leaderboard, so you can climb up. So if you click on the marketplace here, or on the market, and then go to land, you'll see that you'll have the option to purchase land, but it only is through the primary market. So if you look here, you can see there's a filter. Go ahead and click on the filter and click on primary. I encourage everyone to play around with the website here, because we offer a lot of functionality. And that's pretty much it. You can choose kind of the criteria that you want for when you're purchasing the land. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but My Neighbor Alice, we've been trying to increase our feature sets, different things that we're offering for more inclusivity. Sorry, where we like right now you can buy land from your wallet directly in game, and we also offer I think fiat payments now is one thing. Maybe you could talk a little bit more about that, George, if you wouldn't.
Yeah. So, thanks, Tassel. I mean, I think the team at My Neighbor Alice has been working a lot to kind of, as you mentioned, create more inclusivity, get more people who are not just Web3 natives, but also from the Web2 side. So some of the things that has been introduced, of course, you already know about the web client, right? Which is basically playing it on the browser. And playing it on the browser allows for more people to play, easy logins. And now we've introduced fiat payments. Fiat payments is, of course, still being improved on, but you can definitely try it, especially if it's in a supported country. So if you were to try using with a credit card payment, you can click on supported countries. If you're one of those people in those lucky countries, it is a pretty smooth process. Once you've done everything through, no need for worrying about gas, and then you can immediately goes in game and you can play. So I think the whole goal is really to just make it as accessible as possible by allowing for more people to experience it without needing to understand too much about Web3, that we can invite more gamers, build a richer community as well. And I think that's something that I'm personally excited about, because I think I am a believer that Web3 games should eventually remove the term Web3 games and it'll just be a game and everyone can enjoy. Because the technology is great, but I think it's more important that people focus on how it adds value to the game rather than dominate it as well, right? And I think that we are moving in the right direction in that sense. I also, I believe our guest today, Sergey, right, from Zoom, is also from, our group, our ecosystem, and I think he's going to bring some exciting things to My Neighbor Alice to kind of increase the community size. Because one thing before I jump over to Sergey and getting him to speak on Zoop and what it would help the community on, I like to highlight that a platform like My Neighbor Alice needs, like, and I think as a gamer, the bigger the community, the richer the experience, right? So we're really going all out since the introduction of the game, in terms of the client and even the desktop client, to really get more people on board. So maybe I can take the opportunity to let Sergey do a quick introduction of yourself and maybe a bit about Zoom.
Yeah. Thank you, George. Like, I'm Sergey, founder in Zoop, and we are building growth engine for Web3 platforms and games. So we help projects scale users and revenue through QL's influencer distribution. We like Zoop is backed by Chromia. We leverage gasless infrastructure to remote friction and onboard mainstream users. Our model is simple. We just bring users through QLs, influencers, and reward them based on real playing spending, aligning growth with actual revenue. So this is like main focus of what we are doing. What about what Zoo can bring for my neighbor Alice? We can turn community growth into like revenue engine for QLs, and Zoop can bring in players who don't just join and follow social network, but that users who would actually play, spend their time, and do some activities in the game and stay. Like for me, M&A, it would be predictable performance-based user acquisition. For community, it means more active players, stronger in-game economy, and real incentivizes to engage.
I see. So does that mean I have a question now? I'll let Steven Tassel ask the next question, actually.
Yeah.
But I really wanted to understand. So in the case of the community members, does this also mean that if they were to go through the Zoop platform and basically encourage friends to join through their own social networks, would they be able to also benefit from it? So it's layered on top of what already is available on My Neighbor Alice in terms of the leaderboard and the point system. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. It's not only border, like there is no only restriction for QLs or influencers. As a users, as a fans of M&A, you can also bring your friends and try to build together. Like, and you will benefit from that, from their success in the game.
I see.
Excellent. Yeah, no, I just pretty much mirrored what I was going to ask too, George. It's funny because I was kind of going in that same direction. I think it's kind of amazing because we do have We very much, obviously the Web3 community and stuff, but I do think that it's great that we're also kind of reaching out beyond just the Web3. We're trying to get as many people included as we can. So it's great that we're still that we're following along with that narrative in in that vein, and at the same time we're bringing in from outside as well, and just making it more accessible. So it's a very exciting time for in general.
So Sergey, again, just before we go into some of the logistics for the game night, I just wanted to check, with a potential partnership that's going to happen between My Neighbor Alice and Zoop, what kind of campaigns should, people expect? Some examples. We know that nothing's really set yet, but is there some examples that the community can potentially look forward to and maybe get excited about? Any type of campaign you think that you might be running?
Yeah, like we experienced in several campaigns. It could be like long campaigns, duration for 2 full weeks, where during this time, players need to do like any kind of interesting quests inside the platform, doing like reward some assets in the platform. And it could be like shorter campaigns, like it could be even the campaign for like, let's say game night. It could be a 1 day campaign. And there like the main thing is to onboard new players and do retention for the old, get new players into gameplay and economy. So we are very flexible in that, and we passed several. We have experience in that, and based on their like targets, we can solve that.
Great. So I guess for the community, if you have any feedback as to the type of quest or activity that you may want to, you can also leave it in comments, and then we can let the team at Zoop know. Thanks a lot, Sergey, for that introduction,
Thank you.
and hopefully to see some exciting campaigns to run with the community together.
100%. Yeah.
Thank you.
Alrighty. Well, I know I just want to jump in the game because there's a lot of people in here that are excited to show off, and they definitely want to. So let me go ahead and transition over here. We can see what's going on. Like I said, we will be giving away 2,500 Alice to the top 50 on the leaderboard for doing a May style event. We have a bunch of people in game, just hanging out and that are all excited to be in here. Look how many people on this, guys. So a lot of fun, right? So, Henrik, I know that this is the first time I've actually got to chat with you and to have you on. What do you think about the setup here and all these people in here? I just thought I'd get your. Haven't heard you talk yet.
No, I mean it's fantastic. That's so goes back to who I am. I was probably the second person to see the vision around my neighbor Alice early on. Like I was working at Chromaway, and we wanted to do a game that was completely unique on the market and sort of take the limits of blockchain and show something that would be fully on chain, fully user governed, and really be like in implementation of the vision of Web3. So that was the original task, to do something completely unique, and it's fantastic to now see. It's been live for several years, and now it's completely open, and you see all these players, and I know that some are super engaged and spend a lot of time in the game. So it's extremely exciting, I think, to see
Right.
this actually delivered.
Completely agree, and it must be like a testament just to the passion and love that is poured into this project, because you can just see the people here that spend day after day that are just looking to make it to expand in this world. There are so many. I can't tell you how many amazing suggestions and people that I've met just thanks to my neighbor Alice and Chromaway in general, just having this experience. So thank you so much for joining, because this is a real treat. Alrighty, guys. So I want to go ahead and obviously we got more to chat about. We do have, but I also want to let people go to my land to practice it. So if you don't know, if you're new to the game and you're not exactly sure what the fishing and the singing tasks are, I want you guys to be able to practice that so we're all on equal footing when we jump into this challenge. So I'll go ahead and list my land in chat so you guys can easily click on it. But the way that the map works is you just push M to bring up your map here, and then you just type in your land ID. You also have ones that you saved or you've pinned. But go ahead and meet me on my land at 308 9410. And we can practice just a little bit of the singing and fishing aspect of the game, since it's such a kind of a core pillar of our farming experience. What about you, George? How are you? Have you been experiencing things? I know that you've got a lot more time to play and to join in with the community stuff, and I've seen you around. How's your experience been?
Well, I think I don't have enough time in the day to farm my 3 plots of land that I've been buying. So I've been buying a land every game night, to be honest. So I've been in 3 of them. So today might be number 4. And I realized that having like so many plots of land, probably not as many as a lot of the players in, but for every game night I've been buying one. And I do find that farming all the resources is a bit of an effort. I'm impressed people can do so much with their land. I'm a bit ashamed that my land is not as interesting as my neighbors. My immediate neighbors are sick, right? They're doing crazy things with it. There's a ship. One guy has 6 ships next to mine. So they're putting me to shame. But I give you a lot of respect. But it's been fun. I've been putting some time into it.
And those people that have those ships and that have all those items and stuff, that didn't, Rome wasn't built in a day kind of deal. They've been collecting these things over a large period of time and through multiple game nights and through different, iterations of the game. So it makes a lot of sense. When you see that is kind of a testament to look how long I've been here and how much I love the project.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so the 2 tasks this time are going to be, like I said, fishing and singing. I'm just going to give you guys a real quick overview of it so that we can get stuck into the fun stuff and have a chat a little bit more. If you push R to bring up your action wheel, on the very top, you will see that you have the fishing rod. You just left-click it. If you mouse over any body of water and when you see the green cursor there, you just left-click, and that will cast your line. It's as simple as that. Once you cast your line, what you're looking for is the yellow exclamation point. When it pops up, you're going to left click and hold, and then follow the fish with your mouse. Left clicking and holding right now, following the fish with my mouse to reel it in, and that's it. That's as simple as that. And at which point you would go back to the leaderboard and claim the tasks right away. I just want to highlight that it's important when you claim the task, not when you do the action in game, because that's what rises you up in the leaderboard and changes your rank. So just one more time, real quick. R to bring up your action wheel. Left click, click in the body of water, and then you just wait for the exclamation, and then left click and hold, and follow the fish. Sometimes the fish are pretty fast, so sometimes they don't move. Like this one's moving around just a little bit. Oh, there he goes. And that's it for the fishing. Pretty simple. It's we went through multiple iterations of how the fishing works, and this has been the one that by popular demand and by different comments from the community that they like. So yeah, this is one we got. For singing, it's a very similar. You push R to bring up your action wheel. In the bottom left-hand corner here, you'll have your flute. You just left-click to equip it. You might notice that it's in my hand. If I zoom in there. And then what you want to do is you want to walk over to a plant, and then you left click to sing. This is my plot, so I can't sing to my own plant. You can only sing to neighbors' plants. It's kind of a social feature, but it would be lit up right now, and if I was able to do it. So, and that's pretty much it, guys. And that's the whole deal in terms of how to complete the tasks. I don't want to hold up everyone too much. I know that everyone's excited to get stuck into the event, and that way we can chat a little bit more. So I'm going to go ahead and open it up for everyone to join now. As long as everyone's ready, are we ready?
Oh, they are ready. I'm sure they're ready.
Okay. All right. Good. All right. So the land this time is it plot 305-12954. 305-12954. Oops, it's not typing. I'll go ahead and share this so that everyone can easily get to the plot. It's there in the chat, guys. So go ahead and we'll all meet there, and I will unlock it so that we can all get started. I'm going to wait 1 minute though for people to join. And then at the same time, I'm going to go ahead and post this on Discord so that we can, in case anyone happened to have missed this amazing event that we've got going on right now. Just a moment, as soon as it joins here. Maybe while we're loading here, Henrik, is there anything that that excites you most about like the project, like in the development or where we're going with like the future of M&A? Something you would want to talk to? I mean,
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, first, this year is fantastic. We are fully open now with sort of browser access, and we're making it Web2 friendly with sort of credit card payments. So I think this is very interesting. We've been alive for 3 years as a playing game, and so it's not a demo; it's a really persistent word, of course. So that's something that excites me quite a lot on the current development. But if we're looking at the future, I think that AI agents is something that is extremely interesting for My Neighbor Alice, because every MMO in history has sort of fought bots. But My Neighbor Alice, since it's blockchain-based game and everything is on-chain, we early had to identify that there might be bots, and how would we treat them. So that was always this philosophy of embrace the bots. So the game is built to allow bots, because we have rate limits, etc., made by the blockchain, and sort of how it works. So that means that this is a world that can really embrace AI agents, and people might be scared about agents, but what we want to do is more like something that can support the players as well. So we're thinking of doing is AI butlers. So that would be sort of a persistent AI agent that sort of you can own, name it, customize it, and equip it with tools, and you can grant it a budget. And the agent will be able to farm and gather for you, and manage your land, and trade with other agents. So that means that you can play not only while you have time, but actually when you're offline, and have the agent that you decide over to have activity. And of course, that will be important to the game. This is sort of supported as well for initiatives that ChromaWay are doing. We already launched ClawChain, which is basically like Moltbook a little bit, but on chain. So you can prove what your agents talk to each other. Except, so yeah, for people that don't know, it's like an on chain agent to agent conversations. We are releasing something called @bash that provides traceability and policy controls over agents, so you can decide rules that your butler will follow, so not spend your money on things that are not allowed. And it will be notarized and checked sort of on the blockchain with the @bash protocol. So you will have agents that can act autonomously and also stay within your control. So embrace the bots, which now this year will be embrace the AI agents. It's basically what we've been talking about for some time. And so the bots are not villains in this world, but it's inevitable that this will happen anyway. Just that Alice will be the perfect game to have this running in. So you get your own agent working for you instead of against you. It's the same technology, but now it's in your hands as a player, so not exploiter. And what we see in the industry, the big industry, that autonomous agents are becoming real economic actors, and we or Steve is part of the UMA 3 standards, etc. So there are new payment protocols and blockchain, X402, etc. And the agents will need somewhere to act and somewhere to live, persistent on chain, and that could be My Neighbor Alice. So I think that can open up for new new growth for the game.
Sounds amazing. Yeah, it sounds like a lot of God, so many different possibilities that you could go from there. I mean, like that's some pretty exciting news. I mean, you could I mean, I'm talking about from my experience, someone who likes to kind of task things out and to have fun. I can just imagine, and based on the community sentiment too. I've seen where they want to have the ability to, like, hey, I want something to water my plants or something to chop my wood, or for something like that. And I don't think people understand the difference between like it being like a bot or an agent, versus a feature, in the game. So if that's something that you use as a feature, you could do it so many amazing ways. By the way, I had let people open in the maze. I see that there was a few people that were able to somehow sneakily get in there before I could load back into the game. Feel free, guys. Go, go, go. It's open to go. Sorry about that.
Wow. I mean, Henrik, you just snuck in so much alpha in one go. And I was just talking about how I didn't have time to take care of my land. And now it sounds like that, M&A is working on building AI butler, as you call it,
Yeah,
to kind of manage my land, I would assume. That's one way of potential way of using it, right? So
yeah,
you
that's
mentioned, go ahead. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I mean that's the plan. We it's not ready for release or anything, but that's what's
Wow. I
planned.
mean,
Like we have the
I
infrastructure. It wouldn't be too hard to implement.
yeah, I was gonna ask about that. You mentioned things like, Claude Chain and AdBash. These are things that Chromaway is working on. So in your view, like, because those two technologies, when they were introduced, they sounded very much enterprise driven. But it seems like they come together to kind of enable this AI butler as well at the same time, right? So correct me if I'm wrong, but it's Claude Chain, for example, would allow for agent to agent discussion. So it doesn't mean that if I had extra resources or if I was looking for resources, my agent can go to Tassel's agent to buy the required resources. And of course, Tassel could be a seller and he can decide how much he wants to sell it for. And I don't have to look for a seller on my own, but the agent can do it for me. Is that correct? Is that how it would be like?
Exactly. I don't know if we will integrate Chlorchain directly, but I mean that Chlorchain is a platform where agents can talk and discuss, and compared to the failures with sort of some other projects like Multibook, it's more secure, and you know exactly the identity of the bots, so you can have more security in the communication that you're talking to a bot or an agent, and who owns it, etc. And on top of that, then have AtBash that can sort of provide more security, that it's following the rules that you set up for your agent, so you don't lose your money on stupid things, buy the wrong things, and so on. So,
Yeah, that makes sense. You'd want to have some kind of some safeguards, and you'd want to have a smart agent. You definitely wouldn't want one that just did its own thing. So I imagine
yeah,
that.
I guess everything like this sounds futuristic, but I mean it is happening. I think it's like yeah, when new technology arrives, people can't sort of imagine what that is will actually
I
take
don't know. I
part of
have
their
a pretty
life.
good imagination. I could definitely see some amazing things, applications for how it could be used and how it could be gamified in such a way where it would be kind of exciting for players to be able to interact with it, and for things to have like their own personalities and memories of what they've done and stuff. I can definitely follow the track all the way through there. So it's a very exciting prospect, and at the very least.
Yeah, but
So
Henrik, I did want to ask you, like, because like you mentioned, AdBash is supposed to kind of help, right, to ensure that my bot doesn't buy 5 plots of land without telling me, right? Which, based on my buying history, it probably would try to act on that. Is that something that you feel is a common problem for like AI implementation, which is why not many games have kind of implemented much of it? So far, I've seen in games, most AI implementation is mostly for chat. So they would have like AI NPCs who will respond to you. But that's really the limit of it. So do you see that M&A has a potential to be a trendsetter to kind of implement these type of AI agent usage, and in a safe way, because you have a protocol that potentially can help to ensure that your bot doesn't go awry and do whatever it wants to do?
Yeah, I mean, you're touching on the advantages with those kind of technologies that you can have more security. So in that way, Alice is good. But it's also that it's built from the start with embrace the bots. We've been working on that for years as a philosophy, and that's not normal in the gaming industry. So that was sort of ahead of AI agents. But we have the infrastructure that the bots can't do too much, that there is protection. Plus, it's interesting as well. This is secure in a way that it's blockchain based, and there are assets. So I think that this is a unique combination of technologies and also fun environment for bots to work in. So I think that we can do more. I think it's might be completely unique in this respect.
You know,
Do you
oh, go ahead.
go
Sorry.
ahead?
I was
No,
just going to
I
say,
just wanted to follow up. I don't know who should go first. All right, I'll go first. I just want to do a follow up, then you can go to a new question. But I just was thinking, like, with the whole concept of embracing the bots, right? And you talk about embracing the bots. Is it also a way to, because botting is usually considered a negative type of activity, right, in gaming, which is why nobody is embracing it, as you say. But is this effort also a way to introduce good utility of bots and to block the bad players? Do you think that's kind of what you're doing by introducing a solution like this?
Yes, I think. I mean, this would be a pure bots, and there'll be limits to sort of bad bots if possible. So I mean, it should be under your control, like your bots, and with security protection, and sort of designed to be fun, and sort of not give advantages to bots and so on. So that's part of the architecture that is built already.
what's funny is I think we must be on the same wavelength there today, George, because that's exactly what I was going to say too. Is that typically when you think about bots, you have this negative connotation that comes with it, because people think, oh well, that's coming in and it's stealing my resources, or it's able to farm faster than me, or it's hitting, maybe it's affecting the economy in a bad way. Like, there's so many different ways, but if it's in a controlled and almost like a regulatory kind of way, where you have or certain aspects of it where you can control it, and you can make it fun for the players, and you can make it a part of the ecosystem in general, it changes the whole feel for it. It's no longer doesn't have that same thing. So I feel like that's a really important distinction between bots that somebody comes in and uses to manipulate the system, versus bots that come in and integrate into the system.
Yeah, and the ambition is that this shouldn't only be for advanced players that are developers or can do API
Exactly.
scripting, but sort of for normal players as well that can have a bot that they decide over. So
I think that would make it more exciting for players too, if it opened up that narrative for them, where they can, like, oh, okay, well, now I have access to this as well, where I can use it in a way that it takes advantage. Like, I like to farm, and I want it to do that for me. And yeah, no, I completely, that makes me excited as a player, not just as someone as a team, but as an actual player, because I could think of a million things I'd rather have my bots do, just so that I don't have to do it myself.
yeah, and post questions if you have in the comments. And I won't be able to answer all the details, but yeah, it's good to see.
I like a
Comment.
statement here: modern solutions to modern problems.
Indeed.
Everyone is doing fantastic. I just wanted to follow up with what everyone's going on here. I can see several people in every single part of the maze. I'm sure that there's a few people that have decided to not do anymore because maybe they have completed the 2 tasks, but I can still see people running around in all the different sections. I have just for a little awareness of this course. This was originally created by Seven Chich, I think is his name, and during the last maze competition, where he won for one of this for this particular layout. All of these items are mine that I put on there. I always keep the core of the design. I leave it alone because I don't want to mess with what they've done, because they always do amazing work. But these thousands of items are the ones that I painstakingly put in here. So I hope you guys enjoy the tunnels and all the different ways that this is laid out. it looks like everyone is enjoying themselves. But I just wanted to give a little shout out to all the people that are still running around and having a good time in here, because that's also very important. This is a game night after all.
I wanted to say this is a really hard maze. I am very lost, and it's harder than the previous week. That's for sure. I don't know where I'm going.
This one I kind of created in a way where you get to you have two loops. There's 50-ish plants on there where that they can sing to. Half of them are you can find before you get to a drop off point, and then if you make it past that, you have to loop all the way back around to get to it. So I like to get maximum utility out of these to so people can have some fun. I mean, these took a player many hours of passion to create. So I like for people to be able to explore it in its entirety.
I mean, what coming back to linking back to what we were talking about, I'm just excited to see what people can build with the inclusion of AI. Do you think that, Henrik, that would be also a possible with the current tools that you are looking at, to have like AI NPCs so people can put on their farm, let's say, an AI NPC that can talk to them back based on who the owner is, for example, simple things like that, right? Do you think those are possible one day on My Neighbor Alice?
It's not very futuristic. I mean,
Too
for
easy?
everyone here, at least. I mean, there's something that's been discussed already, of course, in the team, what we can do with it, and that's so it's not science fiction at all, but sort of, yeah, absolutely.
I mean, for those who are listening, I mean, they should comment like what type of AI agent implementation for a game, especially if you're a creator, you think that you would be interested in doing. Because I think that it's good for them and the team to know, if we are already actively looking at it, that some of the great ideas can always be incorporated as they are working on it.
Yeah, I'd be really interested to see what people want to do, because I mean, like myself, I can think of a lot of different. AI opens up a lot of opportunities, not just in, like, I mean, obviously it's a huge thing right now, but I can see so many practical applications beyond just the what it can do for you in terms of buying and selling and crafting and all that kind of stuff. Like personalities and people joining, for like the social aspect, and they want to chat with something that that chats back to them. There's a lot of people that live in these worlds, that come in here, and they have, maybe they don't want to talk with the people, but they're okay with chatting with an AI that they've built this relationship with in the game, or the context of that. There's just so many really cool applications. So anyway, I could go on and on about it, but I'm really curious to see what everyone else wants, because it's obviously very exciting for me. Whoever put this part together was very mean. Oh, that was me.
Yes. I was stuck there for a while, and I'm stuck in a different place.
Well, at least you made it to the next place.
Oh, yeah, but now I'm completely stuck. I can't even go back. I don't know where I am.
I mean, it is a maze.
It's a point of a maze. It's a point of a maze. I can accept that. I think I'm not alone here. I think there's a few of us who are like stuck here. Like, how do we get out? Is there even a way?
It depends on where you are. I mean, there's definitely a way out of everything, unless for some reason you maybe got caught behind something, like you jumped up on an object. I go through these and I check each area to make sure that it can be ran, that it's not too difficult, and that people can make the jumps. And I spend many hours making sure that everything is put together in a way that's the most friendly. But in the end of the day, I'm trying to make you lost too. It's a maze.
Well, you are succeeding. I think that's the main thing. Maybe I need to go up. I'm trying to figure it out. It's like I'm in the black box right now, and I can't get out. Kind of thing.
Wish you could share your screen. I'd give you some tips.
It's okay. I'm sure. I'll let everyone. I won't take up their time of my incapability of escaping this place. But yeah, I mean, will we be having another game night, or is this the last one for the season?
This is the last one for the Alice birthday airdrop. Definitely keep an ear out for more stuff coming out. because they were always introducing new airdrops and new ways to reward players and new stuff. There's still about a week left of this airdrop and plenty of time for if you're just joining right now and let's say you just made a character, you still have time to climb up the leaderboard and to join in on the fun and get some of the Alice. Like I said, we're giving away 100,000 Alice minus the 2 game nights, which are 2,500 Alice out of that each. So I guess it's closer to 95 for the actual pool of the airdrop. Yeah, no, it's such a fun thing. We also have some new features for that I'd like to mention just like briefly. We have the land sale that we have right now. So that if you buy on the primary market, like I mentioned at the beginning, you can get by owning a land, you can you can get additional points toward the airdrop. And there's a bunch of benefits to owning a land. If you own a land, you can share it with multiple people. Me and my wife and kids co-build all the time together when we're just hanging out and building. So it's a real fun thing to do with your family. But it's also fun to like I've seen some people collaborate on some things that I don't even know how they built it. It's just people's imaginations are always very humbling. We have the Alice Golden Pass right now, where it gives you like additional perks to your XP that you can get, experience points that you gain, to additional resources and stuff like that. It's really cool. I definitely suggest doing that. I think if you push P, I can just show that really quickly. So the Golden Pass, and you can have XP gains, other additional resources, 50% crop yields, just a bunch of really cool stuff like that. And then I forgot to mention at the beginning, it's just yesterday we released the second part of our Carnival collection. There is a lot of really cool new ways to express yourself. I had myself dressed up as a clown for a little while, but my wife made fun of me, so I changed back into this one. But
Well, that's what a clown's supposed to be, right? Give joy by people laughing with you or at you. Take your pick.
Exactly,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, with me. No,
But I did want to highlight as well, since you brought it up, right? That there's a week left. I think the Alice Pass is a great new introduction, great new feature. I've been activating it, so you get the cool little banner. You see some people in chat has that on the name, and it also helps with your achievements for the leaderboard. So if you haven't taken the opportunity yet, it'll be a great time. You can definitely maximize it over the next 7 days. So yeah, make sure to make use of it. And it got me my first level 3 tools, which I'm using them sparingly because I can't craft them yet. So but yeah, I think it's something that if you haven't, and if you want a bit of a booster, especially for a first time purchaser, the first time purchase comes with a lot. And that's also to make things accessible to new players, people who are coming from outside. They don't want to spend too much. They want to just have the full experience. And I did want to point out, like what you shared, Tassel, about being able to build with others. I think it's probably one of the very few games where you can actually share the land and build it with like 10 other people. It's special. That's very uncommon. So it's meant to be as inclusive as possible. So if you have a friend who's a player, or if you're a landowner and you have friends who just wants to have a full experience with the game, why not make them a tenant, and you can do it together? It'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's a really good point. I mean, I've even seen people join in there where I saw a story of someone on Discord where they were talking about how they couldn't afford a land. I don't know, everyone has their own circumstance. So the 5 of them went in together to actually purchase the land because they could share it. It's such a cool feature, yeah, and it offers so much flexibility. It's just another way of bringing people together as a community, and that's like kind of what we do at my neighbor Alice. That's why we keep opening up. I think that a lot of like Web3 games get pigeonholed into the idea of it's only for a crypto enthusiast. But I think that M&A is trying to really break that mold by opening it up to a much broader audience of people, and there's just so much potential. It's a pretty exciting time. Well, I do wanted to just to say thank you guys for joining the stream. It's been a really good turnout today. There's been a lot of people that I've seen joining and having fun. And I also wanted to kind of open up for kind of final comments and stuff. I'm always respectful and mindful of people's time, and I do know that that we're getting close to 50 minutes now. So is there any like things that we wanted to discuss, any kind of closing comments before you go? Because it's been an absolute awesome conversation talking to both of you guys.
Well, Henrik, do you want to say a few closing words before we wrap up soon?
Yeah.
I mean, you heard me talk about the agent direction, and I think we have something unique in Alice because, I mean, we built it on embrace the bots principle, and we want to make the bots into something that is great for users, controlled by users. So uh, rather try to fight the bots like almost every other game, embracing it. That's what opens up these opportunities right now. So we didn't pivot to AI agents. It's not like an add-on now. It's, I mean, it's built this like this from the start. And given all the things that we've been doing now with the browser access and the Web 2 ease of use, I think there is fantastic potential for the game. So that's my.
Great. I'm super excited. I'll share a few words from my end. So, just a quick reminder, I think Enric shared a lot of alpha today, something that I didn't expect. I think AI agents in gaming is a natural evolution. Done correctly, I think that, if the whole idea of an AI butler makes a lot of sense for a game like My Neighbor Alice. So I'm excited to see that implementation. Hopefully, it does come up soon. And more importantly, I hope the community appreciates all the efforts to grow the community, from partnerships with people like Zoop, to making fiat payments to be more inclusive, and also to give you more incentive to kind of invite your friends on with the like with Zoo partnership and so forth. And also, that we have worked on a web browser, so the entry to participating is extremely low compared to many other games in the market. And I'm talking about games generally, not just Web3 games, but games generally. And the team is super committed, super like passionate about what they're building. So as I always mentioned before, make sure to give your full support to the team, be it in a subscription that goes a long way to making the efforts known, and also to land. And if you own a plot of land, you're more than welcome to share it with your friends, which I highly encourage you to do so as well. Get your friends, get your families to come in. I don't think there's a better time than today to get people onto Medieval Alice and really grow this thriving community. And there's not many games that focuses on collaboration more than competition. Although today has a bit of competition, you can feel it in the chat, right? There's a lot of very competitive people in the room, but nonetheless, I'm happy to see that collaborative effort. And on personal note, I'm hoping for the AI agents implementation to help with building land, because I need help there. I'm jealous of my neighbors, and I want to be less jealous. But I appreciate everyone. I just want to be less jealous. That's from me.
Yeah, from my side, I just wanted to say thank you guys both for joining on, and definitely Hendrik, that was amazing hearing about like kind of the future vision and some potential directions that we that we're exploring. Obviously, that's all new information to me as well. It makes me very excited because I can think of a lot of different directions that this can be taken in such a positive way that in such a great way that the community can leverage it. The people that have been playing and that have been committed to this project, into the game, and who actually like live and breathe it, as one of those people myself. It's just great to have you on and to chat about this. So I just wanted to say thank you.
Thank you for having me.
I want to say thank you guys to everyone who joined us in for game night, and also in on X, and it's joined in and just had some fun with us. It's always great to see you guys here and to chat, and to be able to kind of go over and to see everyone participating. This is like the highlight of what I do, is seeing people use and utilize you know see what makes My Neighbor Alice so special, because it really is a special project that holds a great place. So thank you guys for spending your time with us and joining us for this event. So I think that's pretty much it from my end. I just yeah. It's been a great night, and one last time, guys, got join in. We still got a week left of the airdrop. There's still plenty of time to have fun. As soon as the game night's over, the airdrop, I'll put it back on, and there's so many cool items you guys can check out, and I highly encourage that you do.
Great.
Oh,
It's been a good session. I think are we at time right now? Is that right?
yeah, we are at time. Unless anyone has any last comments, I think that's pretty much it for the stream. I just wanted to. I'm always trying to be mindful of somebody's time once it hits about the hour mark. I know everyone has a busy schedule. Some people stay up really late to do these, and some people will wake up really early to do them. And I just always try to keep it within the respectful limits of their time.
That's great. Just wanted to thank Enric as well, and thank you, Tassel, for inviting me and having me. It's been great, and I look forward to see you guys again in the next game night, hopefully.
Definitely. Always a pleasure. Bye, guys.
Bye. Thank you, everyone.